I am so excited to introduce our first guest of the evening. He has made so many of my suits. He has me looking fresh all the time. He has styled Deion Sanders, NFL players. He is in higher education. He does finance. He does all kind of things. He is a jack of all trades, and I'm glad to have him on tonight. Y'all make some noise for Kyris Brown. Come on, give it up. Hey. Thank you.
Thank you much.
You looking nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, what's this, leather? What is that?
Yeah, it's leather.
It's leather?
Vegan leather.
Vegan leather.
Respect to the animals, but I them up with the shoes.
Oh man, Kyris, I'm so glad to have you on.
It's all right.
So I just got a hold of you on social media and I'm like, I have to be in this man's clothes. But first, tell me, what was your relationship like with fashion as a youngster?
I mean, you know, I come from, I would say, just that stereotypical black family that took pride in their dress. So, you know, family reunions, family gatherings, it was just a fashion show. Mm-hmm. My great-grandfather was like my first father figure. He always just said three things. It's three things that people notice for the first time when they see you: your race, your gender, and what you got on. So you got to represent all three well at all times. So it's just been with me since I was a kid. My senior book in high school, I basically wrote my goals down, what I wanted to be in life. It was a tailor, it was a designer. And, you know, I'm just still got to pinch myself sometimes because, you know, I wake up with my wife, with my kids, and I'm like, man, I'm blessed and privileged that I'm able to do what I wanted to do since I was a little boy.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's an honor.
That is an honor.
Yeah.
So what you drinking? I'm just curious.
Oh, you know, black folks gonna drink some brown.
Brown. All right, with the Hennessy? Oh.
Nah, it's actually Basil and Hayden, some bourbon.
Oh, that's all some fancy shit I ain't never heard of. That's what's up.
We got it back there.
Well, you said basil and oregano.
Basil and Hayden's
Okay, that's cool.
sour mash.
So I'll be honest, Kyris. I have been, what's the right word? Maybe a little disappointed at how some of our younger men dress these days. You know, you go in the grocery store and you see booty cheeks because they sagging. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what is your opinion on the state of fashion and like what can we do to get our young men back interested in like dressing nice?
I mean, you know,
Well, it doesn't even matter, you know?
Well, it does, because appearance, you know, absent the fact, perception is all you got to go on. Mm-hmm. So, you know, without you opening your mouth, introducing yourself, when people see you for the first time, they already got a prejudice and assessment based on how you look. So I think it's very important, just like I just said with my great-grandfather, you know, those things are important. But, you know, things are all trendy. You know, I grew up in the baggy era, you know, where, you know, we wore 30 jeans, but you'll wear 40. Right. So I understand that the YNs, they got their little thing, but some of it's just, you know, it's absurd. A lot of it's just a reflection on the household, in my opinion. You know, I had a male figure, father that raised me, uncles, granddaddy. You know, I couldn't do that shit in the house.
Yeah.
Even when I was out the house, I grew up in a very tight-knit community, Cleveland, Mississippi, by way of Mount Bayou, and you know, if you did something outside, somebody was gonna call your mama. And you know, my folks, they was, you know, community pillars. So I couldn't really get away with shit, even though I pushed the envelope. But for the most part, I think it's just a good reflection. I mean, it's just a reflection on the household, mentors, peers. And if you don't have good leadership or have anything to mirror or replicate, you know, you just gonna follow what's on social media or what's on videos. And, you know, typically young guys, they wanna be rappers, trappers, killers, gorillas. A lot of them look like Godzilla.
Yeah, thanks. So what did you think about Kendrick Lamar's bell bottoms at the Super Bowl?
Well,
I liked them. I like to see a man's thighs.
Well, I was just about to say, I would turn that to
the
the women because, you know, it went viral because he had on, you know, the bell bottoms and was showing, you know, his thighs. So I really didn't care about none of that. So I should ask you, how did you feel?
Well, I liked it. I liked it. Whatever that muscle is at the front, it was protruding, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. You know, I can't do nothing with it, but a woman can admire.
You can do something with it.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, as it pertains to fashion, it's always this discussion about masculinity and what's feminine. And if we look back at somebody like Prince, Prince had on little platform heels.
Yeah.
You know, he would have pants with his whole booty out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And where is that conversation today? Is it still a thing? Or are they still...
yeah, of course, you can look at the professional athletes. I mean, I dress some of these guys, and you know, in my head, you know, I ain't gonna fuck up my money, but I'm like, you really want to wear that? You know, you really want me to make that?
They ask you to make purses, like satchels?
Yeah, I don't really do that. So I had an uncle. Shout out to my uncle Lewis. Man, his first name was Russell. When I was a kid, he was the flyest person ever. He basically in Chicago. But he always had cats. But he would stay sharp, fedoras, shoes, always shine, polished. But he died when I was 14, so we was up in Chicago. My mama was getting dressed. I'm just sitting on the couch like I am now. She looked back at me. You know your uncle was gay, don't it? Oh. And I'm like, yeah, shit, I would imagine. He's damn sure wasn't no veterinarian, all them damn cats he used to have when we was a kid. But he used to always be sharp, always had a clutch. You know, that was a dead giveaway. And this was back in, you know, he grew up in his prime, like the 50s, 60s, 70s. And this is the late 80s, early 90s I'm talking about. But, you know, everybody wants to tap in. You know, I guess within fashion, it's all through interpretation. It's art, just like comedy is, just like a drawing, a painting, whatever it is. So people like to express themselves based on, you know, what they want to wear. I ain't knocking it, you know, especially if they paying me. I'm damn sure I ain't knocking it.
Right.
You know.
I hear this term all the time in your world, and it's called bespoke. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
So bespoke is basically just say full custom. It's basically a one of one. That's what, you know, the short term. Now the technical term it is basically like it's handmade, like 100% handmade. So if you ever looked at like movies like Wall Street, you might see like, you know, the rich white guys, you know, that's basically at the tailor shop and they got like this raw canvas on and the tailor is like pinning them up and it's chalk everywhere. So that's what that's a bespoke process. The suit is being made 100% by hand. It'll never touch a machine. So that's what bespoke basically means.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what's the name of the suits that you make for me? Are those bespoke?
It's bespoke, yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even know. I would have been saying that.
Yeah, it took a
Yeah. See, I'm out here in the bespoke tonight.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, if you look at it, it says hand tailored.
Yeah, you have a name in the suit and everything.
You just come over the shop, thank you.
I have worn Kyris and stuff like to the Grammys all over the place, and it is just an honor to say that I'm wearing a Mississippi designer when I go to these places. And I mean, if you see my stuff, I mean, he makes the suits just as well for women as he does for men,
yeah,
you know?
I appreciate it.
And so I don't know how to sew. I don't know how to do none of that shit, which is weird because my grandmother and my big mama, they worked at a shirt factory for 20 years. Like, they know how to do this.
I got you.
So just like me being a fashionable person, what should be like in my emergency clothes kit? You know, safety pins?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, basically thread needle for any emergencies. Always spare buttons because buttons typically pop out all the time. That's why I always put like extra buttons in the interior pocket for all clients. You know, for like events, it's always good to have like someone that know how to sew. You know, so all clients for like weddings, I always tell them, hey, just in case, because I'm undefeated for weddings, let me knock on wood. Just in case something happens, make sure you have someone a part of the wedding planning committee that knows how to sew, just in case. So, you know, just a little typical sewing kit that you may have, you know, basically that's what you need for like the minimum stuff.
All right,
you know,
so
if
I
you,
have it for somebody else, because
exactly.
I don't know what the hell.
Now, if you just rip everything, you know, now shit creaks, so.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, you have two daughters, two beautiful daughters.
I appreciate it.
How you be dressing them up for school? They be shitting on everybody, don't they?
You know, said my oldest, she been fresh for 4 summers. My youngest, she'll be fresh for 2 summers coming up, but I give credit all to my wife, Crystal. You know, I kind of let her play just a bonding role with just the girls and stuff like that, so I give all the credit to my wife. Now, you know, I might check it and be like, Well,
so
I might
that's where I was
she'll
going.
put something out in the morning. I might switch it up because she leave earlier and take the oldest to school.
Oh, you on some slick shit. Okay.
So I do it sometime, but, you know, I give credit to my wife.
Let's just say Miss Crystal wears something that you don't like. Are you going to tell her? Or
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she'll always look for my opinion. Like, you know, I'm going to confirm it, whatever. She'll ask me, like, before we left, she was like, which boots should I wear? And I was like, you know, wear those boots. because she had on 2 pair of boots, you know. So I was like, nah, wear that. So I'm not really the type of guy to just be all over, because you already met the prerequisites, you know. So I'm not the type to be all like an eagle and stuff. So, you know, I'll let her wear what she want. My wife, she fly.
Okay.
You know, she fly.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Now, when Deion Sanders was here, you pretty much designed all of his stuff. I'm talking about bubble jackets, suits.
Yeah.
Does it feel like a different level of pressure when you're designing for somebody like that?
Nah, I'm not really starstruck at all. I think the only person my wife would know that probably I'd be starstruck with is Sade. It's like my...
You know that's my middle name.
Oh, it is?
Seriously.
I didn't know that.
Rita Brent. So
wow.
You've been starstruck when I've been at your place. Yes. You ain't even know.
Elizabeth, I'm coming.
You ain't know.
I
ain't
did
on
not
that
know
crystal.
that.
I ain't on that. Just
No, I did not know that. But no, I mean, I deal with, you know, guys that's on TV all the time. You know, I'm there. It'll be like someone, like my wife. She's a dentist. Mm-hmm. If someone famous come through there and they need root canal, cosmetic, you know, veneers, you know, she's not gonna freak out because they are who they are. She's gonna, you know, pay attention and, you know, be diligent and do her craft. And it's basically the same thing with me. I basically treat, and it's not really, because everybody gets like, just like, it's a celebrity. I mean, honestly, the common man that works for Jackson Water that comes through my shop, I'm more grateful than I am than, you know, the person on TV, because half the time them don't want to pay me.
Yeah.
Because they got an entitlement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's exposure.
Yeah, it's exposure. Yeah. I don't give a f about none of that. I really don't, you know. So, you know, but working with Deion, it was a pleasure because, you know, Deion, he's up there with Michael Jordan.
Sure.
You know, at least for males growing up in the 80s and 90s. So, but I mean, working with him, working with, you know, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, which is, you know, a Mississippi native. You know, he was actually the first person from Mississippi that I knew that went to the NBA.
Wow.
And just, you know, I call him Unc now. You know, I just talked to him like 2 days ago. He responded, nephew. You know, those are the pinch me moments that I get to work alongside of people that, you know, one time I emulated, you know, high stepping and, you know, doing the prime dance.
Yeah.
So, you know, you get over it, but for the most part, it's just a job, man.
I have a petty question. This has nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's be petty.
You ever style somebody and they didn't wash their ass, and by the time you got down to the... How you deal with that?
I have had a few people that had some challenges with their hygiene. But you know, the measurement part is really the less time consuming. So
okay.
I can, and also I'm able to like assess where I don't have to go and do a crotch measurement.
Oh, okay.
Because I can basically look at the thigh, basically dimension, and I can basically add and sum up what the crotch measurement will be. Okay. So, you know, if I want to cut some corners and go ahead and get rid of the funk, you've been to my shop before. Yeah. Let them sit on the other side. Yeah. I can go ahead and speed the shit up. But yeah, I'd had some funk monsters up in there before.
Not funk monsters. Well, speaking of odors and just smelling good, you have stepped outside the box of designing and decided to create your own how you say this shit?
Parfum.
Parfum,
yeah.
Okay. Now, how do you pronounce it?
So it's AMIEL Brown. The Roman numeral is 147. AMIEL is my middle name. It's in the Old Testament's Numbers, chapter 13, verse 12. Means people of God, God's kinsman.
Okay.
And then Brown, of course, is my last name. And then 147. I actually was born in 147 p.m. on a Wednesday, February 23rd, 83. And I don't believe in coincidences or anything like that. I think everything is basically by divine order. Mm-hmm. I actually finished the project with the manufacturer at 1:47 a.m. last year.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
So I've yet to smell it. Now, it is unisex, right?
Yep, it is unisex.
Okay. And you know, what was this process like of developing? Shit, I need a knife.
So the process, you want me to open for you? I got you.
Yeah, I was going to bite it off.
So what happened was it was about 4 years ago. I was just buying my last bottle of bun because I'm a bun man, and all the buns I typically like are unisex. So damn, this shit is hard.
It's like that old school CD. You
remember right. Yeah, absolutely. So you got a knife or something like that? I got it. So yeah, I had you know, those who know fragrance, bun is, you know, $400-500 depending on which one you get.
Yeah.
And I said, man, this. I'm about to do this on my own. And
Man, I love the way you just cuss. I love it. I love it. Man,
I come from a cussing family.
I'm about to make my
You know,
own
people look
goddamn.
at me say I'm light skinned with curly hair. I'm just a country boy from the Delta.
I love it.
And you know, I'm country as hell. My wife will tell you I still throw food out in the back as far as leftovers. I still sleep with a flow fan.
You do the outhouse too?
I do all. Nah, I ain't got no outhouse.
Oh, okay. All right.
But you know, my boy Rod, which is like my brother and my wife, my friends have a saying that I'm the lightest, blackest nigga you'll ever meet.
I like that. That could be
But
the title
long
of your
story
first
short,
book.
I ended up said, hey, I'm gonna do this myself. So the process, I had a connection that lived in Dubai, and in the Dubai Mall, which is the largest mall in the world, they have a traditional side called souks, where they sell, you know, dates. And a lot of people don't know, like the Arabs, they're like very big on like fragrance. So I told my friend next time he go to Dubai Mall, go by one of the souks, and then I also researched it. Well, he sent me a contact, and I reached out to the contact on WhatsApp. Come to find out, my guy AMIEL, him and his father, they own a fragrance company. And I was like, okay, cool. So the top notes, I ended up telling him that I wanted to smell like this, which is, you know, in fragrance, you got a top note, middle note, and a base note. The base note is typically what you smell when it settles. The top note is what you smell when you spray it. The base or the middle note is kind of like give or take, depending on how you perspire. But I basically sent them everything how I wanted it, and then I'll say the top of last year, 2024, he sent me like the last thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is it right here. And then from there, so my first bottle of cologne that I bought was Cool Water Davidoff. All my 80s and 90s babies, they know about it. Cool Water was the shit, you know. So Cool Water bottle was blue. It was navy. And that's the reason why that bottle is blue, even though I lightened it up because Cool Water bottle was dark navy. But the bottle is navy because it honors my first bottle of cologne that I bought, which is Cool Water. And everything else, I wanted the unisex because I wanted something that men and women can enjoy. Just like on the inside of the box, it says a scent for us. You know, you can interpret it however you want, but it's basically for men and women.
So how do you apply? What is the proper way?
So typically you don't spray fragrance on your clothes. You spray it on.
I don't know shit. Apparently, I thought I did. Okay.
You spray it on basically your pressure points, and it would basically be like a dab on your wrist, right up in here where your jugular vein is, and then sometime for men, we spray it on the back of our neck.
Okay.
And it's just for hugs. So that's
For
what you
what?
spray for hugs.
Oh.
Yeah, or when you pass by someone, you know, especially with perfumes, because perfumes are different than colognes.
Is this genital safe?
You find out. Let me be done. Let me do it.
You said pressure points, so I'm just trying to confirm.
All right. Ooh, now rub it on.
Okay, like that.
Let it settle.
Let it settle.
All right,
Okay.
now smell it.
All right. Now what I'm supposed to smell? Top, middle, or bottom note?
So you're going to smell probably the top, but while selling, you're going to probably get a combination of all three.
Ooh, okay. It's kind of sweet almost,
Right.
but it's subtle. I know some people in the audience have it as well. Okay. Now how long does this last? Can I do a couple squirts a day?
No, really just one spray. So the reason why I want to do a perfume in comparison to a cologne, cologne basically have alcohol. It's alcohol based, and alcohol it evaporates.
Okay.
Perfumes are oil based, and oils last a lot longer, especially if it's jasmine oil. So I just had a text. I just received a text actually a couple hours ago for a person that just oh, where you going with that? What you doing?
I asked if it was genital safe. Okay. Let's see what
Cutting
that'll
up
get
up in
me
here.
in a couple hours. We'll see what happens.
So
I'll report back.
I gotta take a sip of my bourbon.
Well, listen, congratulations. This is
appreciate
amazing.
it.
This
Thank you.
smells amazing. And
I really
congrats to those
appreciate
in the audience who got this. And how can people get it?
So you can go on on my Instagram at Kyris Customs. It's KYRISKUSTOMS.
Okay.
There's a link that takes you directly to the website. The website is www.kyriscustoms.com. You can purchase. So I initially released it Thanksgiving Day last year. I sold out the first parcel, and we received the second parcel, and I just launched it actually on my mom's birthday, January 27th.
Oh, on the 29th.
Yeah, I know. I think I told you happy birthday, but
Yeah.
you know.
Thank you. You ain't sent me no perfume. No perfume. That's all right. That's all right.
Shit, there you go, right there.
I'm just playing. This is. I'm excited. Well, congratulations. This smells freaking amazing. So
Thank you.
y'all get it. But Kyris, while we have you here, Kayla and I, we just wanted to try on a couple outfits, and you let us know if they are good or shit. Would you do that for us?
So y'all want me to be a judge?
Yeah. So we want you to be the judge, and
course. Let's
I think
go.
we'll try a club outfit first.
A club.
A club outfit, you know.
Oh. So you got a mid 2000s jean jumpsuit with the Uno ones, with that draw four. All right, I see you.
I'm going straight to the M bar, bitch. Now, tell me who won. Bring your ass out here. Come on.
All right. I guess I'm a male Kiki Shepard. So what we got? Number one, Miss Britt. All right. You shaking your ass.
I'm gonna just keep going.
What we got, Miss K? Look like she quit, so you win by default.
Damn right. I'm the winner. All right, we don't need to go any further. Y'all make some noise for Kyris Customs.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.